Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome. Actually, everybody would be new because my channel is completely new. So welcome back if you're returning. Welcome if you're new. If you are new and you haven't seen my previous video, I will link that in the description below. You can go and watch it, kind of get an idea what my channel is all about. Otherwise, great to see you guys again. I actually did not plan on uploading this earlier. I was actually going to upload on Wednesday, but it's Tuesday, so I figured I might as well upload it today. Still trying to figure out my uploading schedule as I start this channel. Depending on how busy I get, as I said, if you saw my first video, that will kind of determine how many videos I get to put out through the week. But right now I'm aiming 2 to 3 videos. I think I just have the time to do it right now, so I might as well get as much content out there to keep you guys watching and occupied as I get my life sorted out. So speaking of which, that brings me to the topic of today. God damn it. Okay, so that brings me to the topic of today, which is, really? Earring fell out? Just nothing is going right today. Okay, so the topic of today is, as you read by the title below, it is a career change and how I basically gave up my entire first path of life to pursue modeling. So to a lot of people, it didn't seem like a very logical situation. I struggled a lot with just like the logic within myself, wondering why this would be a good idea because this is not something that somebody normally does. They don't dream about a certain career their whole childhood, go to school, travel abroad for school, finish school, get a job in the industry that they graduated for, and then a couple years in is just like, well, screw this, I want to do this other thing that people only talk about doing or joke about doing. So let's flash back to 2010 when I think I was 16 going on 17 or 17 going on 18. I'll have to calculate that. I know, but I think I had just turned 17 the summer before. And this is back home in Jamaica. If you guys didn't know, that is my nationality. I'm Jamaican, born and raised Jamaican. That is another video I'll talk about. 2010, I was almost done with high school, about a year and a half left in high school. And I decided, well, my friends were doing it, so I might as well enter a pageant with them. Not gonna go too much detail into the pageant because that took over the course of, I think, from April all the way to August of that year, so that's for another video as well. But I entered a pageant, the regional pageant, didn't place at all because I was so bad. I mean, I guess I looked okay, but I didn't place, but some people who managed the national pageant were like, hey, come and try out anyways. So I did, and I made it. I got into their, I guess, top 10 that they choose their girls from to go compete in national pageants. I didn't really take it as seriously as some of the other girls did, which may or may not have been a mistake, but it was definitely a learning experience for me. So that was like my first taste of being on camera, working with makeup artists, just the whole being judged publicly solely based on your looks. Like, I know these pageants, they're especially like the national ones, they're all about who can, you know, who's the most diplomatic and educated and their credentials and how well they represent their country. But when it comes down to it, they want somebody who looks the best out of everybody else. It doesn't matter. But otherwise, it really, really is a pretty shallow environment to be in. I didn't care about that at the time. I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna sail through, do whatever I want, completely, you know, try and place just being myself. And then that was the wake-up call for me, where it was like, wow, they really don't care about who I am. They really care about how I look. And looking back at those photos when I was graduating high school, I realized just how physically, I guess for that time of my life, like being a 17-year-old, just how out of shape I was and how much more in shape I wanted to be. So that is when my fitness journey started. and I was trying really, really hard to get into fitness and health and just trying to just improve my confidence and my overall, you know, just body image. And not that I wanted to look a certain way, but I just wanted to feel better about myself. So during all this time, my dream, let's get back on track. My goal was to go to school and be a character artist and work in either gaming and like any type of animation for feature film. My dream was to work at Pixar. I wanted to be like a character artist at Pixar or one of those big 3D animation companies. I wanted to work with Disney. I even entered like a contest for Nickelodeon when I was in junior high to try and like, I don't know what I was trying to do at 14. Nobody's gonna hire a 14-year-old to work at a studio, but I was like, this is my dream. I'm going to go to school in Canada. So I went to Humber College. I did their 3D animation program, and I was like, yes, this is it. As soon as I get out of school, I'm gonna get a job as a character artist and my dream will be fulfilled. All while still, you know, staying up in the gym, looking at pictures of fitness models online, really trying to get more into Instagram. So I did start kind of like a small, you know, health and fitness Instagram account. I was trying to follow everybody else on Instagram. I just have to say, I need to work on my camera angles because like the top of my head is just like cutting off and it's bothering me, but you know what, I'll leave it alone for this video. But yeah, I was, Michelle Lewin was actually one of my biggest inspirations. She still is, but I was like obsessed with her, and I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna be like that one day. Don't know how that's gonna work since I'm gonna be living my character artist dream, working on the next biggest AAA game, but I wanna be just like Michelle Lewin. So, and I got a couple industry jobs, and it wasn't what, was not at all what I thought it would be, and I definitely wasn't as happy as I thought I would be. So, wow, the lighting just changed. I think like clouds just covered the sun. But during that time, the person I was with was not very supportive of my glamorous modeling dreams. I wanted to, you know, get discovered and work really hard and go compete in like a figure fitness competition, and somebody would see me and give me a contract to like bodybuilding.com or Gymshark or Shreds or something and fly me off to LA, and I'd live happily ever after by the beach in my Malibu mansion. But obviously that's not gonna happen yet. But it was like it was like a big like life fantasy for me, and he just was not down for it. You know, a lot of people, including a lot of people that I've told this to, including my family, they're like, you know, it's not realistic. And it must be realistic to a point because other people have done it. I wasn't as happy as I thought I would be. Sitting at a desk for hours and hours was not cutting it for me. I stuck with a job at a film, like a film effects, like VFX studio for almost a year. And I was like, you know what? I'm done. I can't do this anymore. I need a change. So I took 6 months off, worked as a line cook. I've had so many jobs. That's another video. I will be telling you about all of the millions of jobs that I've had. But anyways, worked in a vegan restaurant. I worked as a line cook for 6 months, and then when I realized I wasn't able to make enough money to support myself as much as I wanted to and support the goals that I had, I was like, I need to go back into the industry. So I went back to the studio that I was at before. They continued my contract, like really nothing ever happened, and I continued working there. And during that time, I managed to find a photographer through Instagram who I booked my first shoot with, shot with him. It was extremely nerve-wracking, especially because I thought that I could just put on lingerie, get in front of the camera, and be all, you know, working it. No, that didn't happen. It came to a point where I almost started to cry because I was so nervous, and it was really, really pathetic. But by the end of the shoot, I got, I think, 6 or 7 images, and they turned out pretty good. And then I started my model Instagram. By this time, I was back working at the film studio. Things just kept coming up because I kept going after my goal, which, you know, it didn't make sense to me at the time, and it didn't make sense to anybody else why I wanted to do this with my life. But it was making me so happy, and I just felt like I was around the people and in the environment that I was meant to be in. So as I made up excuses about gynecologist appointments and doctor's appointments and meetings to get out of work, I went to Montreal for 4 days last year, I think it was in April, to audition for Playboy. I'll make another video about that. And then by, I think it was May or June, I had gone to Niagara, like the Niagara area, to do a 5-day like bikini model shoot camp thing where you make a video about that too. Not gonna go into detail too much about that because that was like almost 5 days and that's like a whole week of story times. So I'll make another video about that eventually. And then I came back from that, finished out working, and then by July, I had gotten a job as a personal trainer. That's another video that will come out. Lots of videos for you guys. So I had been through a lot of different professional endeavors, all while trying to pursue this modeling dream. And it just kind of dawned on me around that time just how difficult it is. Like, I knew it was competitive, but it's so competitive, and it was getting really, really frustrating to me, you know, going as good as Instagram can be as a motivator and almost like an everyday dream board that updates itself. It can be pretty discouraging because, you know, I'm 24, I'm turning 25 this year. There are girls who are like 21 living the life that I want and getting things so much quicker than I could even think that anybody could get anything that quickly, and just being successful and like going after their dreams, and their family's supportive and their friends are supportive and they just have everything laid out for them. And I kept wondering, like, you know, is this really for me? Like, is it like, you know, the struggles that I'm having, is it worth it? And is it the reason that I'm struggling? Is that the universe telling me not to go after it? Well, I threw that out the door because the universe has given me a lot of reasons to think that this is for me and that I should keep going after it. I've met and worked with so many talented people in this industry since spring of last year. It's a very, very short amount of time. I haven't been doing this very long, but for the amount of time that I've done it, I've been extremely grateful for the people that I've been able to work with, and it's very motivating. But at the same time, it has to make sense. So the other point of this video too is, you know, if you have something that is calling to you or something that you feel like you really want to do and that you're drawn to it and that you are getting good at it, there's probably a reason why. It doesn't have to make sense right away. It doesn't have to make sense to your family. It doesn't have to make sense to your friends, your significant others. It doesn't have to make sense to anybody, not even you. I'm happy doing what I'm doing. I have been through so many hardships over the last couple years. Like, I don't think anybody in their 20s should be under the amount of stress that I'm under sometimes. I know everybody else has stress too, everybody deals with it differently, but I have been through some stuff. Nothing too bad, like I haven't gone homeless or anything, but I have been through some stuff, but I would not change it for the world because the decision I made to go after this big, fabulous thing and just the little steps that I'm taking every day to get to where I want to be means so much. And I'm so grateful for everything that I've been given despite all of the tough times that I've been through. So even though whatever you might be going after is causing you to feel some struggle or not be as positive, or, you know, just feel like the whole world is against you and what you want, stop feeling that way. You'll get through it. And everything happens for a reason. Turned down for so many jobs. I've been turned down for so much over the last year that I feel that instead of it being a sign that I'm not worthy of having that job, it's just a push in another direction. Everything is a push, everything is a step forward, everything is a learning experience, and I'm just starting to bring that into my life now and feel so much better about it. But yeah, that is basically the shorter version of how I got to where I am now. I still appreciate art, I still appreciate video games, I still appreciate just the amount of work and effort and design that goes into large scale, like, you know, 3D production and all of that in it, but it's just not for me, you know. Like, I could go and get a job in it again, but I just know I won't be happy, so it's just not worth it. I would rather stick it out for right now, go on, struggle, keep hustling until I get to where I actually want, instead of getting trapped into something that I don't want to do just for an easy out. I'm working for the long run, and that is really all I wanted to talk about today. So guys, to conclude this little video of mine, just keep your head up, stay strong. You can do whatever you want to do. Don't let anybody discourage you from your dreams or what you want to accomplish, because it is totally possible. I'm doing it for myself. One day I just know that all of this is going to pay off, and I'm going to be even happier than I already am now, and I can't wait to make a video about when that happens. But on the, just, you know, on a general scale, just don't give up on whatever you want to do. Keep believing in yourself, stay positive, keep putting the positive out so the positive can come in. When things beat you down or you feel like you're not going to get anywhere else, just keep thinking about getting to where you want to be. It's always a step forward, even if you feel like it's a step backwards. It's just a learning experience. I'm learning that for myself. So, I mean, I'm no therapist or expert on life, but it's what has been working for me, and I couldn't be happier, and I couldn't be more happy with the path that I've decided to go on. I'm gonna keep going for it, and to hell with everybody else who don't like it. Thanks again for watching, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If there's anything that you would like me to put out in the future, or any ideas that you think that I should incorporate into my videos, as you could see, I try to improve my staging and my backdrop to a different part rather than just my bedroom. Got my nice pretty pillow here to match the theme of everything, because I just wish I lived on an island. But if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up below. I'd really appreciate that. And stay tuned for my next video. I'm not really sure when the next one will come out, but I guess I can say I put out new videos every Saturday and any other day that I may decide to put out videos. But Saturdays are a sure thing, and they'll probably be sprinkled throughout the rest of the week. And thanks for watching. See you guys soon.